Hey guys, so this video is going to be on the positive aspects of Bless Online. There's been a lot of talk in the past few days about the negative aspects and the problems of the game, and while there's certainly many valid criticisms, there are also several good reasons to play the game and several things that do allow the game to stand out. So the first thing would be combat is actually pretty fun. It's a brand new combat system. It has a few small problems with flowing from skill to skill, but it feels pretty good. And once you actually start to learn your class, you gain access to more skills and more combat chains, it can actually feel really cool to kind of switch between combo chain to combo chain, flow between your stances, and mix it up based on what you need to be doing. As a ranger, I really like that I have several different sort of single target chains that I can use and weave together depending on the situation, if I need more crowd control, if I need more damage, or if I need to kind of get away. Combat's a lot of fun, and it's definitely one of the main selling points for the game. Building off of that, PvP, especially open world PvP, it feels really good. The devs are actively balancing for it, only a couple days in, and with the exception of a couple OP classes from the latest balance patch, most of the classes feel pretty good. Currently 60% of the classes are considered good in PvP, while Berserker and Ranger are considered a little worse. But the devs are actively balancing, they're listening, and they're trying to get all the classes to a sort of even footing. And even Berserker and Ranger, they do have their kind of moments to shine. So the fact that the devs are listening and actively focusing on balancing open world PvP is a great sign. There's very few games that actively try to do that. Moving away from combat, Taming is a great system. The taming system in Bless Online, I was not expecting to like it as much as I am, but it's actually a lot of fun. I've been contemplating switching to enchanting as my main profession just to get more taming scrolls. I'm marking down spots on my map where I find cool monsters that I can tame as pets or as mounts, and I'm actively kind of like looking through hunting quests and completing the ones for the monsters I want the most, so I know exactly which ones to go back for and grab. It's really fun to kind of tame everything from cute little gerbils and marmots, kitty cats, and tiny little beetles, all the way up to these giant wyverns, orcs, and huge mounts that you can get. So the taming system, really cool. It's a lot more in-depth than I expected, but it's not super complex. You get the pets or the mounts, and then you can kind of mash them together to try to upgrade them. As you upgrade them, they gain skills, which can help you out, and you can also upgrade the skills through potential stimulus, I believe. Then, after the taming, there's the developers. Neowiz is actively listening and balancing the game based on community feedback. The game has been out for less than 5 days, and there's been a patch pretty much every single day to fix key issues with the game and player complaints. On day 1, Neowiz had new servers up within 2 hours of the game's launch, and even more went up throughout the day afterwards. After making changes to class damage, they then gave everyone 3 1 Lumena skill reset scrolls, and unlike in other games such as Black Desert, where doing that meant you had to buy a $10 pack just to be able to buy those cheap scrolls, Bless has a system where you can exchange dungeon points, which you get every day pretty much, for Lumena, up to 50 Lumena a day. So these are super easy for anyone to get, and it's a pretty great gesture. They've also allowed transfer of founder packed items to another server for those who want to create characters on the same servers as their friends or guildies, but have already claimed their founder pack items on a character on whichever server they were forced to roll on the first day. They're also actively communicating and discussing their intent for upcoming patches, and addressing player grievances such as the shoddy translations in the tutorial and the tooltips, both of which have been fixed. I can now read my tooltips, I know exactly what my skills are doing for the most part, and the tutorial has been fixed, so players will no longer get stuck trying to figure out what they should be doing in the combat section of the tutorial. So, Bless Online, yes, there's stuff to criticize. The game's far from perfect, but I feel that we need a video like this to kind of remind us there are good aspects of the game. There's a reason that thousands of players are playing the game and having fun. There's a reason that no matter where I go in game right now, I am finding players, no matter where I go, even at the high-level zones and the low-level zones. People are making new characters all the time. People are still leveling their characters up all the way to max level. So, it's a lot of fun. And the game is early access. Now I know I'm going to hear people going, oh, but Lighthouse, the game released years ago, it's not early access, they're just trickle feeding us content. But that's not really true. The game released into open beta in early 2016, only about 2 years ago. And it didn't actually release for a couple months after that. Not only that, as everyone loves to mention, the game failed 3 times after that. Neowiz, as a result, dropped the publisher, Area, or according to other people, Area dropped them, and massively retooled the game, especially the combat system, so that they could re-release the game, especially to the West, in an attempt to bring the game glory, I suppose, to bring the game success. So this is early access. This combat system, especially, which is pretty much the foundation of the game, is completely new. The combat system, it's brand new. It's not like never before seen in MMOs or anything. It draws from several other MMOs such as Guild Wars 2, World of Warcraft. Plenty of other MMOs have similar combat systems, but it's different from what they had before. The balancing is going to be different. PvP and PvE balancing are both going to have to change due to this combat system. And there's certainly room to cut Neowiz some slack when talking about the game. Is it perfect? No. But I'm getting closer and closer to being able to recommend this game to people that ask, because Neowiz has shown that they are actively listening and they are actively addressing all the complaints that players are raising about the game. The duping bug that everyone complained had been left in the game was fixed within a day. The translations and tooltips fixed within 2 days. The servers were fixed within 2 to 3 hours, and more kept going up as the player load increased. Neowiz is doing their best. It's only been 5 days since release. It's been more like 4.5, honestly, as of the time I'm making this video. And they've already had plenty of patches, plenty of changes, and lots of developer feedback, specifically addressing what the community has been concerned about. I think that as long as Neowiz continues with this trend, they continue listening to the community, they continue to address the problems that need to be addressed, and make fixes where fixes need to be made, that Bless will continue to get better and better. And I really hope that some players that have already tried it and quit will kind of give it a second chance in a couple weeks once more of these patches have gone through. And players that are on the fence will give it a try once they see that Neowiz is trying their best to give us an MMO experience that they can be proud of. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope that this video was a bit more positive than recent Bless videos have been. Subscribe if you like it, and have a good one.